This is EA Sports PGA Tour coverage coming your way. Well, it's truly a pleasure to be in the beautiful Pacific Northwest. We're in University Place, Washington, and the golf course is relatively new to golf fans, Chambers Bay, and what a magnificent-looking golf course.
And it's building up quite a reputation very, very quickly, and the reason why, well-designed, good test for any level of play. There's enough options out there, enough long holes, enough short holes. So pick your poison, really, but make sure you're on your game because Chambers Bay, it'll test anyone to the limit.
So we're ready to get the round going here at Chambers Bay, and we'll begin, Frank, at the first with a par 4.
496 yards, obviously that'll stretch anybody out there. That bunker down the right is very much in play. The fairway does narrow out too, just short of that. So this really is going to require one of your best tee shots. Semi-blind second shot, a relatively big green.
Right out of the center of the bat.
Did you hear that?
Wow, that is a monster drive down there, about 315 yards. Well, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Oh, come on, that's not even human. That's ridiculous. That is 350 plus yards. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot. Now the approach here at hole number 1, and Frank, what are we looking at?
Well, semi-blind, but it's fine. You know, just a little peek and you can see what's in front of you. Really no bunkers down the left side. If you do miss down there, a little chip back up the hill, but it's a big enough green. Snack though.
Continues to putt beautifully. Not a gimme, but well within his range. In red figures at 1 under par. Now at the second and a medium-length par 4, Frank.
Yeah, a slight dogleg to the left, rather long, skinny green here, well bunkered all the way down the left side. Really anything down the right, and the natural contours of the land should kick that ball a little to the left.
That is massive off the tee.
Meters, yards, I don't care how you measure that. That's got to be what? 300 meters, 325 yards, something like that. Oh, if this is up, it's good.
Frank, what's the best way to access the hole location on this second shot here at the second hole at Chambers Bay?
Well, Rich, it's really set up with a drive. If you can drive it down the right side, you get a better view. Plus, you can avoid that ridge that's in the middle of the green on the left side. If you're coming in from the left side, that bunker on the right, now you realize why they put that there. Because when you've got a skirt to the right of that ridge, that second shot becomes a little more difficult.
That will be a great look at birdie. Frank, what do you think about this approach shot here at the second at Chambers Bay?
If you've driven it down the right side, you have a much better view of this green, better access to the flag when it's on the back left. You really want to just avoid that little bunker that cuts in on the right side. And there's a little sort of gut on that left side of the green, where that sort of collects the ball.
Now a 7-footer. To -2 early in the round. Just a tap in to finish the hole. Has it. He's 2 under par. At the third tee now, Frank, and what are we staring at here?
This green is anything other than symmetrical, so be very, very cautious on where the flag is. Anything in the middle of the green you can putt to the corners, well, if you can call them corners. More like ragtails, but beautiful par 3.
Good looking shot right here. Good clean contact, a nice result, and a chance for birdie coming up. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Frank, that looked good to me. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
That's a nice confidence builder right there. You make those for par, and you keep things steady. Holding steady now at 2 under par. Frank, standing here on the fourth tee at Chambers Bay, you can see what this golf course is all about with those dunes on the left and all that sand down on the right. A lot of trouble here.
Yeah, first hole, Rich, really that bends to the right, but if anything, you want to keep the tee shot down the left side. It's going to give you a better angle to the green. And unlike the two previous holes, this fairway slopes to the other direction, to the right.
That appeared to be a good strike right there, Frank.
Oh, good. It's just towering. Look at that hanging in the sky.
Nothing wrong with that one. How about 300 yards and in the fairway? Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Frank, can you recall a situation where before an important round, an instructor gave you one small tweak, maybe flare your left toe out, or just shift a little bit of the weight onto the back foot, where the instructor gave you that one small bit of advice and it made a huge difference?
Yeah, the list is too long, Rich, and it's normally just someone that you've trusted over the years, and we all make just little bad habits. Sometimes you're stooped over a little bit more than normal. You're not standing tall enough. The ball is too far back in your stance or too far forward. You're making a funny little move, or your grip is different. It's always the little things that add up to the big problem.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Sitting up in the fairway now, 180 yards away. This one just requires a little bit of focus. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. This from 7 feet.
That not go in.
Oh my goodness, he missed it. He missed a bunny. That's like missing a layup in basketball. With authority, count it, as a par and 2 under. He has this for par. 2 under par for the round. Frank, it's kind of fun to swing away on an elevated tee like this, the 5th here at Chambers Bay.
It looks straight away. It certainly does. And under 500 yards, so it gives you a chance, plus that elevation. You should be able to knock one down there. The hole pinches in, though, with those bunkers left and right, and there's just one bunker in the front of this green. And that, as you can guess, should be avoided.
Be careful. They call this hole free fall.
That's a ginormous tee shot.
Water fountains, lush green fairways, tall trees. That's not links golf, is it, Frank?
Yeah, undulations as well, bump and roll, firm and fast. Those are the things that normally you associate with links golf courses. Plus, they're organic. They change in every season. Links golf course played in softer conditions is just a softer variety. It's not everything through the year. Links golf is really a type of golf that everybody can play. It's not just about power. It's as much about imagination, and it will reward every department of the game if played correctly.
I mean, that is a monster hit right there. He carried that more than 350 yards. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Great effort right there, and a great chance to knock in that short putt. Now the approach shot here at the 5th hole at Chambers Bay, and how difficult is this?
Well, it looks straightforward, but the second shot, once again, just semi-blind. You've got to be very aware of that little central bunker that's just short of the green, because you're either going to have to go over it or around it.
And getting ready for the putt. Tough game, Frank. You can hit 300-yard drives and miss 3-foot putts.
Yeah, there's the ecstasy, and that's the agony.
Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, a little change in the attitude right now. You've let one go. You've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important that this one goes in.
Did the job right there. Getting set to hit the tee shot here at the 6th at Chambers Bay. Frank, where are you looking to land the ball off the tee here?
There's a nice dune down that left side that sort of gives you a good line that you can work the ball off here. But remember, this is a links golf course, so you don't try and fight Mother Nature because she'll always win. So just anything down the left, let that ball sort of kick its way back towards the middle of the fairway. A lengthy par 4, though, at 495.
Well, those are good numbers right there. 320. 320 yards, just crushed it in the fairway. Excellent looking shot here. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
On the dance floor here at the 6th, but still a pretty hard putt coming up, about 30 feet away. Frank, what do you think about this approach here at the 6th?
Well, one of the few greens here that's protected on both sides. Rather narrow green, and you can see really what happens if you miss. Bunkers left and right. Plus there's a couple of ridges, so club selection is important here.
Frank, at this, the highest level of the game, the margins are so razor thin between winning and losing. It becomes about not wasting shots, and I think that's why players really enjoy stroke play.
I think you hit the nail on the head, Rich. That's why the best players, they want every shot to count, and the best format of golf that requires that is stroke play. In match play, you can get away with a big number. In stroke play, they want it to be a body of work. Every single shot adding to the score.
Sit down. Get down.
Oh, this is gone.
Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
Well, you could see he thought he had that.
It looked in the whole way until the end.
Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Shouldn't be a problem here. Oh, that hurts. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Has it. And he's 2 under par. And he makes it for par. Frank, this is a daunting challenge. The 7th hole, long par 4. It's over 500 yards.
A huge bunker down the right side that probably runs for a good 200-300 yards. Obviously, that's to be avoided. And then, of course, there's the mounds and the hammocks and the dunes and that on the left side. That's the reason, really, why this hole's called Humpback. But then, a little bit like the golf course, there's only one greenside bunker to be worried about, but enough green left of that.
Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway. Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. And to generate some momentum here at the 7th hole, just for birdie. Frank, the approach here at the 7th, and there's a lot to consider here.
There is. The green at the front is much wider than what it is at the back. It's almost like a tooth or a molar shape. So, you know, that front portion, when the flag's there, definitely a birdie hole. Just got to be a little cautious when they put the flag on the back.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt the cause.
Excellent roll to 3 under par. Nice par to remain at 2 under. Now to the 8th and a long par 5, Frank.
Fortunately, there's no bunkers, just the dunes either side. The hole looks a little narrow off the tee, but get down there, you're going to realise that's a fairly generous fairway. There's a little bit of mounding in this green, too, that actually slopes it back towards the player. So use that to your advantage.
That's a good start to the hole, right down the middle. Frank, you played in conditions all over the world. Here come the winds now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself, and it's an advantage to you. Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit, given the conditions. But once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
You like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy?
Definitely when you're hitting it into a head breeze. But down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more.
Set for his next shot from a good position in the fairway. Not a single weakness today. What a performance.
That's an absolute beauty.
Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. Looking to keep it going here, Frank.
Yeah, another example of things just working as they should.
Good swing, good shot yet again. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
And he's set up for his third shot here, looking to get it on the green with this. Really moving in the right direction at 3 under. Getting set now over the putt. So a tester from 4 feet. This to surrender, only 1 shot. Now at -2 for the day. Frank, the 9th hole, called Olympus. That is very grand sounding, like something that...
You're talking Greek God here, aren't you? Come on, this golf course is for the mere mortals, Rich.
Frank, I think what sets golf apart from other sports is that the fan can get so close to the great athlete as the round is being played.
Well, that's why the sport itself, and we consider it more intimate for that reason. Most golf spectators play the game. Whereas other sports, you don't see NFL players sitting in the grandstand. You see spectators, but most golf fans are golfers.
Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
You can see the golfer is just boiling right now after that miss and a drop shot here at the ninth. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Oh, I thought he had that. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
These putts keep the round together. Those are painful from that distance.
Yeah, just another one added to the card. Big mistake.
Good, solid par right there. So just a formality here. That takes him to 1 under on the day. Frank, what's the player looking at on the 10th here at Chambers Bay?
Well, normally at a par 4, you're just thinking blaze away, but this is one of the few holes, really, I think you've got to be careful on what club you hit off the tee. It starts to narrow up. You really want to avoid those two short bunkers that come in around the 300-yard mark. And that really sets yourself up with a nice sort of wedge. That's really the right way to play it. You don't have to take the trouble on in front here.
He just blasted that one down the fairway, out there about 325 yards. Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Frank, the beauty of golf, we're not playing inside a dome with no wind. You have to be able to handle the elements.
You do, and that's really where the better player comes through. On a day like today, anything around par is going to be a good score, so just adjust your own mental par.
Good-looking shot right here. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Locked in on the read and the speed. And with that putt, he moves to 3 under. Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Two under par for the round. Getting set to tee off at the 11th hole, long par 4, 537 yards. Frank, how do you play this hole, with a bazooka?
Yeah, try and take that dune out of play, that's for sure, in the middle of the fairway. Bunkers down the left are more for scenic rather than, they're not really problematic for the player off the tee. Just, as I said, hit it over that dune, and then really there's a ridge in the middle of the screen, so you've got to be on the right level.
What a drive. Just tattooed that. Good contact, good result. Frank, why are great rivalries so important? Why do we love them?
I think because people like to sit on one side of the fence. You're either for or against a great player. And I think we see that today with Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy. There's the McIlroy fans that think his future is so bright. There's the Woods fans that still want him to pass Jack Nicklaus's record. That's the beauty. You've got to have an opinion, and you have to have a player.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Early part of this back nine and a good approach shot. Now we'll have this for birdie. Ready for his second shot, trying to knock it on the green. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Well, you could see he's just disgusted with that effort. Has this one for par. That's a nice confidence builder right there. You make those for par, and you keep things steady. Nice par to remain 3 under. The 12th here at Chambers Bay is known as the Narrows. What's the play here, Frank?
2, really. You could just sort of iron it down there, have a little wedge or a pitch in there with no sweat whatsoever. Or, if you want to have a little bit of fun, if you can drive it over that bunker that's just short left of this green, you might just putt for an eagle.
And as he strides up here to the 12th green, having hit it in regulation, he knows now that his work is by no means done. A long putt coming up.
this is not heading in the right direction.
Well, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Well, the tee shot has landed in the bunker. So getting set for a greenside bunker shot. Frank, when I think of the great bunker players in the history of the sport, I think about Gary Player, Seve Ballesteros, whom you knew so well. What did they do that made them so effective on these greenside bunker shots?
They had an attitude for a start that was different. For them, they saw possibilities. And they would imagine the amount of sand. Remember, because this is the only shot in golf where you don't have to hit the ball first. So they would really choose the amount of sand behind the ball, whether that was an inch or two. Aimed the club at that and made sure they followed through.
Might want to check the GPS on a putt this long. Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living. Really? This is an awkward length. Oh, I thought they'd at least pick up a shot. Birdie looked like a sitter. Now par.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Will not be happy with that one. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Oh my goodness, he missed it. He missed the bunny. That's like missing a layup in basketball. So early on the backside here at the 12th hole, missed opportunity. Not going so well for him. He has this for bogey. Blemish on the scorecard, a bogey. Nudge this one home, finish it up. And now at 1 under for the round. 13th hole now, it's a dogleg right, par 4. Frank?
But at 534 yards, you need an eagle eye, which is the name of the hole, to find exactly where you want to hit this. Doglegs to the right. There is a fairway that's plenty wide to accept a good tee shot. And then from there on in, it's actually a relatively straightforward second shot, providing you can miss that bunker that's just short in the middle of the green.
Not the longest, but not bad. 295 yards in the fairway.
Tom Weiskopf was one of my idols growing up. I loved the way he swung. That swing right there reminds me of my idol.
It looks like Rory McIlroy, Frank, sticking the follow through. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag. That's an absolute beauty.
Frank, a bunker in front of the green here. So how does that impact what the player's going to do?
Well, it's not just the bunker, too. It's the ridges left and right that are going to repel a shot. So if you go too far left to that bunker in front of the green or too far right, that ball's going to kick all the way off the green. So really, that bunker's a good line, but you've got to carry it.
Frank, can one small tweak from an instructor lead to a big turnaround?
With the right player, yeah. You just want to hear the right message. It's like anyone in life. You just want to be pointed in the right direction.
Seems to like it. They're headed for the fat part of the green. You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
Ready for his third shot. Needs to hit this close. And getting ready for the putt.
Now, just when you thought they might pick up one, now settle for a par.
These putts keep the round together. Steady, solid, and at 1 under par right now. Has his par. Frank, this is the 5th par 4 in a row, and they're not easy. This one here at 14, really a daunting tee shot.
It is. That's why it's called Cape Fair. A true Cape hole in golf, Rich, is when you've got to decide how much you want to bite off when you hit across a slight dogleg. And this one, really, you're going to be rewarded the further left you can go. There is one little bunker in the middle of the fairway that you have to avoid. That's going to be 320 or so yards off the tee. This hole, 546 yards, you're going to see a variety of second shots, or the length of second shots here, determined purely by the bravery of the tee shot.
Frank, through the years, we have seen countless what we would call good ball strikers, great swingers of the golf club, but there is something else that separates those kinds of players with the truly great achievers in the sport. What is it?
Great achievers have more than one plan. I think most players, it's always good if they're playing their golf. But what do you do if your driving is off, or if your iron play is off? Do you have a plan B? Great players not only have a plan B, they have a plan C as well. And that's the difference. So when you set foot on the first tee, you've also got to be aware of, what if my driver doesn't go as well as I would like to, or my iron play isn't as sharp? Can I still compete?
So they can turn 74 into a 71.
That's right. And at the end of a 4-day tournament, the 71 doesn't look so bad, even if somebody shot 65 that day. Remember, as you know, and both of us know now, when you look at 4 days, someone always plays average for a day, but they don't play bad.
Golf tournaments aren't 100-yard sprints, they're marathons. Nice drive, right in the fairway, and a good swing on that one. And from the fairway for his second shot here. Midway through this back nine, could use this birdie here at the 14th. Frank, what do you want to do with the approach here at the 14th?
Just use that, the mounding that's sort of supplied there in front of you, the right side of the screen, maybe kick it towards it. There is a, sort of runoff area to the left, but then all of a sudden you're in the sand. So keep the ball slightly right of center. Be safely on deck.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Missed on that one, Frank.
Yeah, not a problem. It's no snack, though.
Little bit of a misread there.
Yeah, it was makeable, that's for sure.
So just a formality. Did the job right there. Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. One under for the round. Frank, normally in a golf course, you don't want to spend too much time in the trees, with the trees, around the trees. But part of me wants to go up and hug this tree because he's all alone. It's the only tree on the whole golf course.
Well, I know you're a tree hugger, Rich, I really do. But at 246 yards, when they play this off the back tee at the US Open, believe me, nobody's hugging that tree. They're just trying to make three.
Appears to be tracking well. Up to the 15th green, but looking at a tough putt, considerably long, over 25 feet away. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
That would have been a real bonus had it dropped, but as it is, good putt. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Ooh, good effort right there. Almost made it.
Second shot.
Makes the putt and moving in the right direction. 2 under par. Just a tap in to finish the hole. So he has that for bogey. I can't help but think that the double bogey back on the 12th hole seems to have rattled him a bit. Now to the 16th hole here at Chambers Bay, and Frank, it is pretty short hole. What are the chances to come out of here with a birdie?
Well, you've just come off the short 15th. You can get on a little bit of a run here, providing you get in the fairway first. You're not going to have an overly long second shot here. But once again, this is a precision hole, a little bit like 15. This is a tabletop green, so you're going to have to be right on the money with that second shot.
Right where they were aiming, in the fairway.
I'm loving that balance.
Frank, what's the danger here on the approach to the 16th, considering the green is really pretty small?
Well, obviously it's a short par 4, so you know that the problem's going to happen up ahead, and that's exactly what it does. This is probably one of the smallest, narrowest greens at Chambers Bay, and you can see it slopes dramatically from left to right. That has to be taken into consideration with the second shot.
Frank, not just a player, but an artist. Just beautiful work right there.
The only thing I can say, Rich, is that was Seve-esque.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Shouldn't be a problem here.
Oh, how did that miss?
Are you kidding me? I mean, that one was dead center. Getting set now over the putt. Has the putt, and now at -1. Just a couple of feet. Holding steady now at 2 under par. Frank, you don't need just a caddy out here at Chambers Bay. Seems like you need a sports psychologist. You start thinking about the names of these holes. Beached at 16, and what's 17 called?
Derailed, and you can see why too. That green's perched up there. If you've got the round going in the wrong direction, this is not a hole to start on. So if you've got a run going, it's just a good tee shot that lands around the front there, and you just take a 3 here. This is not a time to be a hero.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
That was like Usain Bolt, Frank, right through the tape.
Yeah, that first step, that was never going to stop.
Good looking shot right here. And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green.
Well, just a little too much, Rich.
I don't know if it was wind at his back, he didn't calculate it, but he's going to be left with a difficult chip shot here. In the greenside bunker here, Frank. Nice to go to the beach, but not too often, we hope. Solid play, heart of the green. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Has it, and he's 2 under par. So a tester from 4 feet. Frank, we hear the sports psychologists often say, put the mistake behind you, live in the moment. Easier said than done.
It is, male, female. It doesn't. It certainly affects everybody that plays this game, and somehow you've got to play. You've heard the old cliche, one shot at a time, but this is why it's so important, because if anything from the past creeps in, it really does affect on what you do after that.
Nice position, short grass, second shot. Playing his second shot here at the par 5. Frank, you want to finish with one good swing here, the approach shot to the 18th hole.
I don't think there's a flat putt on this green, Rich. There's so many different sections. We said the course was like a maze. This 18th green can be like a maze. If you're on the right portion, then obviously that certainly helps. But there's so many different levels to this green.
Continuing his fine play, another beautiful approach shot. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
These putts keep the round together. That's a good day's work right there. Round of 67. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. So into red figures at 1 under. Frank, this was our first trip to Chambers Bay here in the state of Washington, and it provided a stunning and dramatic backdrop for the national championship for the U.S. Open.
It's been a fun time in the U.S. Open history. We had Pinehurst in 2014, and go to a true links course in Chambers Bay has realised that golf shouldn't be steered.
EA Sports is proud to present PGA Tour coverage. Frank, a tranquil and beautiful setting with the Santa Rosa Mountains in the background, those crystal clear blue skies, but it can get pretty testy out on the golf course, can't it?
If you get any sort of wind out there, Rich, the sky might be beautiful and blue today, but that wind, once especially the cross breeze, then this course has teeth.
Now down to the first, about 445 yards, par 4.
When you first look at this opening tee shot, Rich, it looks like you just hit a nice gentle draw off that right bunker. But the general contours of this terrain here does kick that ball a little left.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Frank, this is an approach shot here at the first hole that will get a player's attention.
It will. Very strategically placed bunker that protects that front right of the green, plus the angle of that green. If you're going to take it across that bunker, you better judge that inch perfect.
This could be a good one. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Getting set to play the second shot here at the first hole. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, son.
Locked in on the read and the speed. -1 in the early going. So they'll tap in. One under early in the round. Second hole's just 371 yards. Frank, are players licking their chops thinking they need to make a three here?
Yeah, if you can just accept the fact that you're going to have a longer second shot than you'd think for a hole of 370 yards, then that's the first way to overcome this. Just put yourself a short iron in your hand. Do the attacking with the second shot.
But this one has a chance to be really good. Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up? It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Frank, you've been around this game for a pretty long time. Are players, in fact, more athletic today than they were, say, 20, 25 years ago?
There's no question, Rich, they are. That we've borrowed from other sports. If you can't make the player better, you can make them more athletic. And in the end, you're still making the golfer better. long and straight.
That's how you do it. Second shot now at the second hole. Good swing, good shot yet again. Well, that's how you play the game, right there. Now getting ready for the approach shot here at hole number 2. And getting ready for the putt. So 2 under early on. Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Bottom of the barrel, and now the 2 under. Frank, players had hybrids, some had irons out off the tee on that short par 4 second. Time to get the big stick out here on the third?
It certainly is. The third hole you play, 3 totally different looks off the tee. This hole appears straightish off the tee, but well bunkered down the left, which makes you push that tee shot a little to the right. Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy. Oh, that's it. New member of the 300-yard club.
Good poke right there. Frank, this TPC Stadium course in La Quinta, California has quite a history, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Every style of golf, age group, whether it's someone trying to get their tour card at the tour school, skins games played here from 1986 to 1991, even the PGA Club Professional Championship, they've all come and played here. It's so good to see it on the back on the rotation. But I've got to say, the one thing, and I was there, in 2000, it was the PGA Tour Q School. It was won by Stephen Allen, who was an Australian player. But the worst thing I've ever seen on a golf course happened on Alcatraz, 17th hole there. Joe Daly, who was looking like he was going to make his PGA Tour card, had a putt of about 3 feet. And I think he was playing with Craig Perks, who went on to win the Players' Championship. Joe Daly hits this putt, it hits the back of the hole, the liner in the hole, and popped out on the front lip. Never saw that before. It was amazing. And as luck would have it, Joe Daly missed his tour card by 1 shot.
That was as cruel a twist as I have ever seen in golf. Frank, this one's not looking good.
Yeah, certainly not down the fairway line, heading toward the rough.
Frank, better than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that looked like it was headed for that thick stuff the whole way, but a little fortunate. But then I guess you're allowed that in this game.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Nice solid start to the round. Tee to green looks to be in command.
Yeah, it's surprising. I thought he might have been a little shaky out of the gate, but certainly proved me wrong.
So in the early going, already -3. Now to the fourth, 192 yards and a pretty tough hole location here today.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie. This shot, a full 200 yards. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way. Really. This is an awkward length.
Well, he looked like Ben Crenshaw right there. That was smooth and easy, right in the heart.
Second shot.
Putting a good round together now at 4 under. So we played our first par 3, now to the first par 5 on this golf course at PGA West. It is the 535-yard fifth hole. Frank, it appears as though it rewards precision off the tee.
And the Bombers too. You can run out of water at 335 yards. So for the Dustin Johnsons of the world and the Rory McIlroys, that's nearly doable. But if you can't hit it that far, it's quite obvious. You've got to keep it down the right side. And for those people, they put 2 little bunkers there.
Strong winds continue to be a factor. Frank, I know you've played all over the world. How much did you enjoy the challenge of playing into a stiff breeze?
Well, it was a chance to separate yourself from the rest of the field, Rich. Just like these conditions we're seeing right now. You've really got to be smart. Pick the right shot. If you get too aggressive on a day like today, you'll pay a far more severe price than normal.
Club selection obviously is crucial.
Oh, it's imperative today.
Take an extra club or two, choke down.
Very much so.
This one doesn't look good.
There's water over there.
Frank, they threw him a life vest. He's back on dry land.
And I hope this time he swings, he doesn't have the water wings on.
Third shot now, after the last one found the deep blue.
Yeah, you can still minimize the damage here. It's only one bad shot that you got punished for.
Frank, this is one you don't practice, but sometimes you have to do it. Time for the drop.
Yeah, it should be the easiest shot in golf. You've just paid for it. Good recovery shot. Couldn't make the green, but at least he's back in play.
Played the smart shot right there. Frank made this hole just a little bit harder hitting it into the rough.
I would say a lot harder.
Nice position, short grass, second shot.
Well, that was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
And setting up here in the rough. What an outstanding shot that was.
Got the right result, too. It's just a tapping.
Getting set now over the putt. Starting to really play well, -5. Clean this up with a tap. -3 now for the round. Frank, I love a par 3 where you have to hit one solid golf shot. Anything less and you might pay a severe price. 255-yard par 3 sixth. What a hole.
No, you love watching somebody else play a par 3 like that.
You are right.
Oh, this is heading in the wrong direction.
Uh-oh. Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him. This is not heading in the right direction.
No, looks like it's going to be in the rough. He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good. All right, Frank, just on the fringe, he might be thinking about making this.
Yeah, he's a better chipper than you, Rich.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. that hurts. So frustrating sometimes on the greens, isn't it? Drop shot here at the 6th. This would give him the par. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Now at -2 for the day. We're at the 7th now, 346 yards with plenty of water on that right side. How do you handle this one, Frank?
You've got to pick a target there. A lot of people think when they're laying up off the tee, and that's exactly what this hole is. You just blaze away at something down the left side. But if you're going to pick a tree, don't just pick the tree. Pick a branch or a leaf. Be more specific. That's an absolute beauty.
Be a little disappointed with that because it lands in the rough and it appears to be fairly thick over there. Setting up for the approach, this player in total command.
Yeah, it's beautiful. The decision-making, club selection's been spot on, but the execution, the swing, is really what I'm admiring right now.
Terrific golf shot. And now, that for an easy birdie. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Good swing, good shot yet again. Shouldn't be a problem here. So with that make, now at 3 under par. This for birdie. Continues to amaze, yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. 555-yard par 5 8th hole. Frank, is this a 2-shotter or a 3-shotter?
Good question, Rich. It starts to shrink down by the walkway, which is around that 330-yard mark. That's the decision has to be made. Personally, I think you try it at first, because even if you do find a fairway bunker, then it is certainly a layup. If you've got the distance, it's well worth the risk. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Playing his second shot here at the par 5.
Gets a good kick. It's only in the first cut.
Not too
That's
bad.
not too bad.
Frank, I like the way he sort of starts his swing a little bit on the outside and then drops it right on plane. Right in the heart of the fairway. Green light special. Frank, this is just a pleasure to watch. A player hitting on all cylinders at the top of his game.
Notice it's just flowing too. There's not a lot of deep analysis going through his mind. Just one step in front of the other. If your swing's there, you don't have to find it. If your putting stroke's there, you don't have to find it. Just let it happen.
Too bad, Frank. That one rolled right off the green.
It was just coming out so hot. Remember, out of the rough. Expect the ball to jump forward a little bit.
And it makes the green in regulation. So in the first cut here, it could be worse. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. And he's putting for birdie now. So with that make, now at 7 under par. That is a solid par putt. Frank, the 9th hole at 452 yards with that water down the right is really a test of a player's driving ability, isn't it?
It is, and his ability to sort of take the shot on. Ideally, just something with a little bit of a fade, unless you can carry the ball 300 yards, then you can get it just past that bunker. But when you look at this hole, notice how that fairway just starts to open up. So Pete Dye will reward an aggressive tee shot, but also he'll punish it if it's wayward. Ooh, nice little bounce forward. Should be close to 300, 290.
Long drive, but a bad lie.
Wicked. Well, he's taking the right side out of play, Rich. It looks a little left.
Coming out of the rough, not able to control it the way he wants. Frank, not close, but from that lie, not bad.
Oh, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich. This looks like it's going to find the target. It's no snack, though.
Well, once you're on the green, I think you know this. The idea is to keep it on the green. This one's on the fringe. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Wow, touch of a locksmith out there, making everything.
Yeah, and the result, yet another birdie too. Totally in command.
So a tester from 4 feet. Well, too bad. He gives one back. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah.
Looks to be a good setup going into the green here at the 10th.
It's fine.
Frank, you think about the great rivalries in sports, the Yankees and the Red Sox, Ollie and Frazier, and in golf, Nicklaus and Palmer. Great athletes, great teams pushing one another to great heights.
It's amazing how that's gone forward too, because Nicklaus and Palmer really became Nicklaus and Watson. Then there was like Norman Faldo, but some would say that Faldo Ballesteros, 6 majors to 5 was even more important. But in this era that we're in now, I think we're all praying for that Woods-McIlroy rivalry. Woods with 14 majors, McIlroy already with 4. That really is one to salivate over. And this one just seems to be moving a little left in the air.
Not too bad. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
You may have lost track at home, but we're keeping count, and that is 9 under for the day. That's 2 under par, playing well. Now at the long par 5 11th. They call it eternity with good reason. It is 617 yards. Frank, what's the game plan here?
Hit it as long as you can, hopefully only a couple of times, and you can get fairly close to this green. Little pitch up there, but even if you go for this green or try and get close, that's when you start to notice the water that comes in on the left side, so you can't just bash away. Might only be a couple of bunkers in play off the tee, but they have to be avoided. What a great shot.
Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway. Frank, in the changing weather conditions, players have so many different options, don't they? Some might like to play it high, others might want to play it a little lower and along the ground.
Really got to be on your toes today because of that, Rich, and really that's what separates the men from the boys, so to speak. You know that any mistake you make can obviously be magnified by the wind conditions, but conversely, it's a real good chance for skill to shine.
And now the second shot here at this par 5. This could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it. Second shot.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Now his third, staring right at the green. On the green, and a chance for birdie. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
Well, that just brings a smile to your face, puts a little pep in the step when you make them from downtown. And getting ready for the putt. Starting to feel it now, 3 under. Frank, now another clever, small par 4, only 363 yards here at the 12th.
A couple of different options here, Rich. You can lay it up just short of where that nose of the bunker starts to poke out on the right side of the fairway. Then you're going to be left with something in the sort of 140, 150 yard mark to the flag. Or if you want to get a little sort of greedy, you start to sneak it up there where it gets narrow. It's shorter, but it requires a better shot.
Good tee shot, good lie, and now a good chance to take advantage here on this hole. So yet another short iron shot into a par 4 here at the 12th. That is a really good shot landing close to the flagstick. Frank here at the par 4 12th, getting ready for this approach shot. Good chance for a 3.
There is. Notice the contours on the green. They sort of slope towards the back and down that left side. So you can actually use that in your favor with this approach.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. That puts them at 4 under for the round. 8-foot putt here. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, this is no easy shot here at the par 3 13th.
Yeah, 13th hole. I mean, it's so appropriate, the number of the hole for this this design by Pete Dye. Wooden bulkheads, I mean, they give you sort of that harsh look. And this is just an absolute scorecard wrecker. You get a little cavalier here, you'll just rack up a number. There's nothing wrong with just hitting it to the right side of this green, just taking a 3. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Frank, ball is in the rough here. What are the problems on this next shot?
Well, this is really where the skill level comes in. A good part. This is where the good player separates himself from the rest. Oh, this is heading in the wrong direction.
Uh-oh. Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Getting set now over the putt. That is a painful miss right there. And a bogey. Drop shot here at the 13th. So not his best work. He'll walk away with a bogey. He has this or a birdie. With that, moves to 5 under par. 14th hole, par 4 of 389 yards. It is short, but Frank, there is some danger lurking along the way.
Yeah, most of it's sand. 2 options really. Poke it down that left side, let it run down there like a bowling alley. Either that or take that bunker completely out of play. 290, 300 yard category, and get it down there where it's just a flick wedge in.
Good contact, good result.
Oh, that's it. New member of the 300 yard club.
Good poke right there. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag. Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
Moving into this second shot here at hole number 14.
Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
He'll need to be strong with this. pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Good round going at 6 under. Well, no problems there.
Yeah, keeps the round going, keeps the momentum on his side.
Now at the 15th, par 4, 468 yards. It is nicknamed Turning Home as we are making our way towards the close of this round. Now the approach here at 15.
Oh, this is straight at it.
That's a really good line. Good, clean contact and a nice result. And a chance for birdie coming up. Second shot now at 15. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way. No snack though.
Like Ben Crenshaw right there, just so smooth.
Well played before.
Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. So a tester from 4 feet. Well, you can see it there. Feels very good about what he's doing. That's a nice par putt. Stays at 6 under. This is the second par 5 at PGA West of 600 or more yards. The 16th is a pretty good test. That one is bunker bound, it looks like. Oh, a bit unfortunate. Wasn't able to avoid the sand trap. Well, the tee shot has landed in the bunker.
Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball, and this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Frank, just a slight miss off the tee. He's in the fairway bunker.
Yeah, just really got to pick the right club once again. Sometimes you take a little bit more club out of the fairway bunker, choke down.
His second shot. Frank, that was the right thing to do.
Yeah, there was no advantage to try and get any more out of that. Smart shot.
Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. Frank, this one's headed way right.
And rough trees, all sorts of problems on that right side.
And it is not looking like a good lie. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Good looking shot right here. Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths.
Remember, out of the rough. Expect the ball to jump forward a little bit.
These putts keep the round together. Came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now settle for par.
Yeah, little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, you've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in.
Continuing to play well. -7 now after that putt. Just a couple of feet. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Now to the signature par 3. It only plays 168 yards from the tips, but the tee sits up high and the wind can blow, and a lot can happen here. Missed that one, and it is going towards the rough. You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish. But, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break.
Tugged that one a little bit offline to the left. And he'll pay a bit of a price because that rough is fairly thick. Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been.
Great, too.
Beautiful. One great hole after another here at PGA West. The finishing hole, no exception. Frank, what can we expect here?
Great finishing hole. It's amazing. If you took the 3 bunkers we're first going to see down the right side, this would almost be a nothing hole. But because they're perfectly situated here, they really shrink up that driving area down the left side. And this is just a reward for a great swing, a great strike, a great shot.
Frank, did you hear the sound of that coming off the club face?
It was like a cannon.
They'll be pretty happy with that 290-yard poke off the tee. And here it is, the final approach shot of the day. Well, you can hear it right off the center of the club face. This has a chance to be close. Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. Frank, this approach shot seems pretty straightforward. Just don't hit it left.
Yeah, it's a tough second shot. It's that visual. Once again, you've got that green that's angled to the left. But once again, like a few holes out here, you do not have to hit directly at this flag. You are allowed to move that flag mentally 15, even 20 feet to the right. There's nothing wrong with that. Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
Headed for home and in. What a tremendous putt. Standing over this putt. Knocking down all the shots today. Now 13 under. Frank, that was just a dazzling display of golf today.
It's amazing how a game at times that can be so hard and just absolutely drive you crazy can appear to be so simple. This was just an absolute joy to watch today.
So that'll do it for Frank Nobilo and our entire team. I'm Rich Lerner. Until next time.